My name is Oudom. I am 23. I graduated 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, from the class of 2020 in political science and international relations. I just recently concluded my job as a program manager for digitalizations at Adenauer Stiftung Cambodia, which is German organizations that operating worldwide. Recently I was awarded by the MEC Scholarship Program, which is a scholarship program that offered by Japanese government to pursue a master degree in International Development Study at the Graduate School of International Cooperation Study of Takusuku University in Tokyo, Japan. Well, I think there are three main reasons that why I'm going for this degree. First of all, it's more about academic reasons. I have learned about this international development subject since I was in my senior year at the university, and have built my interest since then that I love about this major so much. And the second reason is more into the practical and professional reasons. I start my internship, my very first internship in my fourth year at the university, working for the United Nations Children Fund, which is UNICEF Cambodia. And that was the time that I learned more about how the UN system is working and how other international development partners are working together with the government in Cambodian context in the field of development in Cambodia and stuff. So that was the time that I deepened my interest in this field. And after graduations, I joined Adenauer Stiftung Cambodia and working for them hand in hand with the government and stakeholders in the field of foreign policy, rule of law, democracies, journalism, environment, and digitalizations. These are my second reason. I think my third reason is more into the personal reasons. International development theoretically and practically is one of the most important major in terms of development in Cambodian context, especially Cambodian context, because we are a developing country. So I see it as a calling obligations, I would say, for me as a citizen to be a part of it as well. So that's why I want to learn more about this major and bring back all of those relevant informations and what's important for this country back to my country. I think there are 5 steps actually, but the most important and most challenging one is the proposal submissions and interview actually. So in this stage, we need to write the research proposal to convince the interview committee whether why they should select you rather than other candidates. So that is very challenging part, because all applicants, they come up with rational and very maximum proposal. So we need to convince them that why we should be the one who should be selected, or ideal candidate, I would say. So it's the most challenging one, and defend our proposal, our thesis and stuff to make sure we are the right persons. Like I said, many applicants, they come with rational research proposal, so we need to make sure we are the right one. Alright, I think Japan, according to the World Democracy Index in 2021 conducted by Economics Intelligence Unit (EIU), is ranked 17 out of 167 countries, making it one of the leading democracies in the world and one among the few leading democracies in Asia. So going to Japan and figure out why democratic development in Japan is very successful is a very interesting topic. That is why I want to go to Japan and figure out about this. It is a part of my research proposal as well. But this is not the only aspiration. I think another aspiration is I start to research more about Japan since I was in my second year. When I was doing the assignment for one of my course. So at that time, I learned more about Japan. It's one of the oldest Asian countries with a very deep history and very interesting culture. So going to this country and exploring the kingdom, this particular kingdom, would be a very interesting experience. And this interest came along with the MEC Scholarship Program information that I learned in my second year, So I learned all of these things, so I am for this program. My professional development is a very long journey. It starts since I was working for volunteer experience and stuff. And I think it's my third year, I start my first practical experience as a vice president of the club, of the Pullman Club, Paragon International University, Model United Nations. And that was the time that I strengthened my leadership and staff, building my career and use all the knowledge and apply it in the very practical term. And then I stepped into the internship program in my fourth year at the UNICEF Cambodia before moving to the US Embassy and working for the consular office there as an intern as well. And then after graduating in July 2020, I joined GAS, Konrad Adenauer Stiftung, as a research officer working in the field of social scientific research. And then beat it to a very professional one, to a program manager at the end, responsible for the digitalization or digital economic program after all. So this is my career path until today, before I received my scholarship. And I think after coming back from Japan, I want to strengthen myself more into the field of academia. I want to make sure that the knowledge that I bring from Japan would be very beneficial for young Cambodian people. So I think about probably going to the university and be a professor there, be a researcher there, and doing all of those career paths. That's my short-term planning right now. I don't know about the long-term planning. Let's see. I think I am interested in international relations since I was in my senior year at high school. And back then I think until now, I think that the world has not done enough job in building a peaceful world through diplomacy. And as we know that majority of the world government today, they spend a lot of budget in military budget more than in foreign affairs budget. And this comes with all questions, why it has to be like that, what diplomacy could do to make a peaceful world rather than spending money on arms, but in diplomacy and all of this. And I see my role in it as well, to be a part of diplomacy and diplomatic development in the world. That's why I want to pursue my career as a diplomat one day to build a very peaceful and sustainable world. That would be my very first objective, to step into the IR field. And why Paragon International University? That is a very critical question as well. Back then, Paragon International University is the only university that could provide this course with the international standard, I would say, compared to other universities. So I chose that. I think that is the most valuable motivations that I choose this university and pursue my academic development. I think every step of the way here at Paragon International University has been a very memorable journey, I would say. But the most memorable story is being a vice president of the Pullman Club, the Paragon International University, Model United Nations Club. That was the time that I could work with my friend and my junior to develop our academics developments in this university in the field of international relations and foreign policy. And that was the most memorable journey, I would say, here at Paragon. But again, every step of the way here is very, very interesting. To my parents, families, professors, thesis supervisors, and friends, thank you for being a part of this great journey and making this unlikely journey possible. This success would not happen without any one of you. And I thank you a lot, and this award is your prize too. To my junior out there, keep up to your goal and work hard, because hard work will be paid off at least most of the time. Thank you.